Hey, Yukon, how y'all doing? Let me go in here and see if I can add you guys in as moderators. Don't see how. I guess I'll have to go in later and do it. How y'all doing? How's my sound? Yeah, Yukon. I don't know about that. Funny guy. Max Force, how you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna go back to 404. 404 Trucker Dave. So anyway, let me go ahead and Yukon show Yukon Cornelius back to 404 because your marketing Ponzi scheme isn't working out. It's so funny. Scott Keller, 404, might as well be 420. Let's see. Max Force says, I'm glad you're going back to 404. Scott Keller says, they're just plain Trucker Dave. I think there's already a Trucker Dave. Davenport, looks like you're sitting in front of an old schoolhouse. Let's see here. Whoops. Go back to comments. Yeah, the schoolhouse. Yeah, it shows a virtual background. So I thought that would be interesting to do with the new StreamYard. I like StreamYard. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And matter of fact, you guys that don't have wrenches, let me see if there's something I can do to. You know, it looks like Yukon's the only one. Well, Davenport family, you guys don't have a wrench either, do you? Okay, I'll make sure I go in there and add you guys somehow. Anyway, yeah, I was kind of like, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys something here. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Road Run on Nia. She used to be with Swift. And let's go ahead and put it on full screen. Oh, Gary's in the house. Oh, great, great. Yeah, I've got a new mic, a new camera, and it's something I picked up at Best Buy today. So anyway, this is Trucker Nia. She used to be with Swift. As you can see back here, about a year ago, she gave a Swift truck tour. But she's actually kind of just lately. She went to Prime about 6 months ago. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the video because I think it's kind of interesting. It was 5 months ago. Let's see. And I started watching her whenever she was with Swift, actually about a year and a half ago. And she actually, let me go back here. Yeah, she actually was working for Dick's Sporting Goods. We have an account with Dick's Sporting Goods, and she was actually on a dedicated account. She was company driver at the time. But anyway, she left, and go back over here and find that video. let's see here. She has a truck tour. She quit she went with Swift, and then she went to KLLM, and then she went to Prime. And she leased a Peterbilt with Prime. Why I chose to lease with Prime? Oh yeah, let's go into this. I want to play this.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon is not with physical.
What is up, YouTube? It is Roadrunner and I am back with another video. This video has been super anticipated by you guys. You guys keep asking me.
And let me know in the comments if you can hear it. If you can hear it well, let me know.
Questions about Prime and wanting to know how I like it and how much I'm getting paid and the truck payments and the loads and all types of stuff. So we're just going to kind of briefly go over everything in this video. I have only been working there a month, so I did want to wait it out a little bit longer, like maybe like 3-4 months in, but I have been getting so many questions that I just figured that I would put out a video for you guys as to why I chose to lease as well. That's another big thing. So the first thing that we're going to go over, I just want to quickly say, like, it is obviously my personal journey that I choose to share with you guys. So all of the people that are super against leasing and everything, I feel you, I understand, and I don't know what to tell you because that's what I myself chose to do. I'm not telling anybody to go out and lease. I understand if you are against it. I once was against it as well. Well, I wouldn't say against it. I just was not informed on it. I didn't really know enough about it. And yeah, so the reason that I chose to lease, let's just get into that first. So I chose to lease because companies kept playing with me. If you guys have been watching me on YouTube, you know I wasn't making enough to be out there. I run like crazy, you guys. I'm the type of person, if I can run my full clock out, I will, and I'm up before my 10 hours is over so that I'm ready by my 10-hour break. I take my job like seriously. I'm not out here to just fool around and make YouTube videos. I'm out here to work and make money.
Hey, can you guys hear this okay? Somebody put a comment in if you can hear the video sound well. Is the video sound coming through? Great. I'll go back to it. It's a good video.
And I just feel like companies, either they have too many drivers, not enough loads for all the drivers, too many trucks. I don't know what it was, but it just wasn't working for me. So that is why I chose to lease. So not only I can make my own decisions when it comes to stuff. I'm not forced to go places. I'm not forced to do anything because I am a lease driver now. So if I don't want to take a load, I can decline it. If I don't want to be in a certain area, I can just tell my fleet manager, hey, I don't want to go to that area right now. Can you keep me in this area? If I want to take a vacation, I can take a vacation whenever I want. I don't have to give a crazy amount of time before I can take a vacation. So there is a lot of pros to it. And there's also obviously cons. There's pros and cons with everything. It depends on the person. What will work for you might not work for me. What works for me might not work for you. But like I said, I just kind of wanted to go over everything because I have been getting a lot of questions. So that is why I chose to lease myself. Also, a lot of people do not know this because I don't talk about it, but I make money off of YouTube. So I use my YouTube money as my personal money. That's my money for my bills. That's my money that I spend on stuff that can't be a write-off for my business. That's the money that I use. You know, so I'm very thankful for the opportunities that, you know, you guys give me for watching me and supporting me. And yeah, so I just want to put that out there because a lot of people are like, Shania, this is not the time to lease. And I understand that the market is not good, but Prime keeps me running and the load rates that they have are pretty decent, which I'm going to get into all of that as well with you guys. But that is kind of something that I wanted to put out there as well. So my trucking money goes into a business account, and I don't really touch it like that. I live off of YouTube money. So that is another reason why I did choose to lease. For the second reason is because of the fact that I was so tired of being a company driver. So it was like really between lease or full on owner op, like just buy a truck and do it that way. The truck that I want to buy is very expensive, so I would have went into debt. And the rates right now are not good for owner operators for the most part. So it just wasn't a smart decision. That is why I went lease. So now I'm able to learn how to manage fuel. Sorry, you guys, I have the hiccups and I'm like trying to hold them in. But leasing, I can learn how to manage my fuel. I can get more insight on the industry as a whole, like the trucking industry, and I can run how I want to run. So that is the main reasons why I chose to lease. There is 2 different lease options with Prime. With a lot of companies that offer lease, there is 2 different lease options. Not everyone, but a lot of them. So let's get into that, because a lot of people are misinformed on this as well. And I just want to put it out there because, again, I have a lot of people coming at me a certain way and being negative about situations. And like I said, it is my journey. You guys do not have to, if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. Like, I'm not forcing anybody to lease. I'm just telling you guys my story. So there's 2 types. I'm in a lease. I'm in a regular lease, a walk-away lease, you guys. So my credit is not attached. I am not purchasing this truck. It is not even, I don't want to purchase the truck. Like, I'm just in a lease, you guys. Yes, I pay a truck payment, and we'll get into that after this. The second option is a lease purchase. That is, you put money down. I believe Prime, you put $5,000 down to start. I could be wrong because, again, I'm not in it, but I believe it's $5,000. Okay? Then your credit is attached. So you cannot just walk away. You are binded to this truck. If you don't purchase this truck, it's going to mess up your credit. Okay? That is the difference between a walkaway lease and a lease purchase. Yes, at the end of a walkaway lease, you most likely will owe money if you do not finish your lease, because our first week, our payment is deferred. That deferred money, they're not just going to let you get away with not paying. You're going to owe that. You're going to owe whatever mileage you put on the truck. You're going to owe if you ruined the truck in certain areas, if stuff needs to be fixed, you're going to owe that. So it's not like it's a cut clean, just walk away all the time, because it's not. And I understand that. But that is the difference between those 2 things. So I, again, am in a lease, a walkaway lease. But lease purchase are the people that are purchasing the truck, okay? Those are like the Prime trucks that don't say Prime all over it and it just says operated by Prime. Those are those trucks. So yeah, next, let's talk about the truck payment. So my truck, I have a 2024 Peterbilt, and my truck I pay $12.25 a week for. I know that sounds crazy. You're like, $12.25 a week? Like, not a month, a week.
Wow. Wow, $12.25 a week, and I'll get back to the video. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I kind of like her. I mean, she used to be with Swift, but $12.25 a week. I mean, mine is $6.75 a week at Swift. But if you listen further into some details, she is making really good money. She's on a percentage, so she's doing quite well. Scramble North, welcome. I'm glad you're in here. Scramble North came in. What does OF stand for? Scramble North? Yeah, wow. So anyway, we'll get back to the video. Scramble North, just let me know what OF is in the comments, and I'll put this back on.
Yes. Truck payments at Prime are super high. At a lot of places are super high. Some places less high than others, of course. But Prime does have crazy payments. The thing is, though, you guys, I know it sounds crazy, but the money that you make, it really like balances out somehow, some way. So it sounds crazy. That's why I never was into it before. But and a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you're making the payment for the company. And I'm aware of that. I understand that. But it's just like anything else in life. If you go lease a car, you're making the payment and then you're giving the car back. If you go rent an apartment, you're paying off somebody else's investment. How much money you can make lease is something that you will never see company driving, you guys. So there's pros and cons, like I said. Some people take the risk, some people don't. For me, it was just something that I just wanted to do before I buy my own truck, because I want to be able to get more inside the industry than I can company driving and kind of understand certain aspects of it. But yeah, so the company or the payment is $12.25 a week, plus everything else on top of it is about another like $2.25. So yeah, because we pay for the Qualcomm, the tablet that we use, we pay for that, we pay for tolls, we pay for mileage pay, we pay insurance, we pay for the APU. There's quite a few other charges that we pay for. So everything else on top of it is about like $225, $250 a week about. And yeah, it is a lot of money per week. So that can scare a lot of people in and of itself, because it's like, dang, that's a lot of money. But again, you guys, I promise, like, it evens out on a, like, you're going to make really good money some weeks, you're going to make really bad money some weeks. That's the scary part. But company driving, you will never like make money nowadays, like especially with mega carriers. Smaller companies, yes, you can make money. Personally, I couldn't find smaller companies that wanted to take me with less than 2 years of experience. Like, I just had no luck in finding a good company. So that is why I chose to lease with Prime, you guys. And yeah, so I do want to just go over something really fast. I just want to go over my best paycheck with them and worst paycheck with them. I'm not really going to get into the whole numbers, the load scenarios and everything with it. I just want to give you guys the net amount that I made and then move past it, because I feel like I haven't worked here long enough to really get into it too deep, because I don't want to scare anybody off. I don't want to, like, you know, give you guys whatever. And I'm not going to do, okay, no, never mind. So let's get into it. I'm also going to let you guys know why the worst week that I've had so far happened, because I will say that it was just a bad week. It was just everything that could go wrong went wrong. So let's get into it. My best week, I made $3,458.55 net. Okay. That was a week where I was getting loaded or unloaded and then loaded again right away. That was a week where it wasn't much sitting. That was a week where everything worked out. Okay. Last week was a horrible week because, hold on, I'll get into the because after I tell you what it was. After everything was said and done, my net was, where is it? Cents. Okay. So here's why. So if you guys watch my last few videos, I had a Cali load, okay? I had got unloaded at a Walmart in, where was I don't remember where I was. Shoot. I was at a Walmart DC somewhere. I got unloaded, and in Nevada. I was picking up in Ontario, Oregon, okay? By the time Walmart unloaded me, they took like 6 hours to unload me. By the time I was unloaded, I was going to be late to pick up. So I contacted Night Dispatch. First mess up. Night Dispatch, no matter what the company, sucks. Like, no matter the company, Night Dispatch never wants to do their job. I don't know what they're doing in there, but it's not their job. And so I contacted them, and I told them what was going on. That's where I first messed up, because I shouldn't have even still accepted this load. I should have just asked for a new load where I knew that I could make the pickup on time. And long story short, they ended up saying that it was fine, changed the appointment time on the Prime app to make it look like on my part that it was noon to 3 o'clock instead of just noon. I get there at 2 p.m. the next day when the appointment should have been in the window, right? And the person at the desk was like, oh no, like, we're strictly appointment. You would have had to be here at noon to be on time. And made me wait 3 days to get loaded. And with all that sitting, that was already half my week. Once I'm loaded, my appointment time, they didn't have a set appointment anymore because it was so late from the shipper. So the receiver didn't even give us an appointment yet. I drove all the way out there, and then my dispatch tells me, oh, like, the appointment is the 24th, which was a week away from the current date, you guys. So I was like, okay, well, I can't sit on this load for a week because it already wasn't paying me that much. So I asked them, I'm like, okay, well, I need to bring it somewhere or get it, repowered. Something needs to happen because this is ridiculous. And they made me bring it 450 miles down to Fontana, California, to a drop yard. So that load, you guys, basically took up my entire week. and just messed everything up. And yeah, so what I learned from that is do not take a load if you do not have ample time to get there and to get to the shipper and the receiver. So your trip planning really has to be good in order to not lose large amounts of money. Because if I would have just asked for a new load, I would have been fine. Like, I would have potentially made way more money that week than I did staying with that load, getting there late, even though I thought that I was on time because they made it seem like I was on time with the appointment window. And yeah, so that's what I learned. Just make sure that you have a lot of time to get there to the shipper and receiver, because if you don't, you will screw yourself over. Because when they work you in, they will take their time. They will literally take days to work you in. And you just don't want to do that to yourself, not as a lease operator, because it was just ridiculous. So that is what I learned from that. And like I said, you will have great weeks. You will have not so great weeks. It's the same in company driving. If you're sitting a lot, those companies that I worked for before, they wouldn't even give me detention pay or anything, even when I'm asking for it and stuff. So I don't know. Like, I don't really have I never had good luck when it came to companies. So I'm enjoying this leasing life. I love the fact that I can literally decline a load if I don't want to go. So right now I just got out of West Coast and I told my fleet manager, like, hey, I just want to stay east or mid-east. Don't send me west anymore, because one, winter's about to hit in the mountains and highways out there like I-70, I-80 and everything. You guys say it all the time too. Like, that's not somewhere where I want to be when it's really bad outside. So if the money isn't crazy good, I'm not going out there right now. So I told my fleet manager that the other day, and now I've been staying more mid-east, northeast, like Tennessee, Indiana, Missouri, places like that. That's where I've been lately. So it really, like, that's why I like leasing too, because you can communicate with them what you want and what you don't want, and they will make it happen because you're your own boss technically. So that is how lease is going for me. That's like the payments and everything. I'm trying to think of more questions that you guys have. Some cons about this, though, I will say, with Prime, are the super singles. I don't understand why they use super single tires. So instead of dual tires with bud rims, they have one big tire, which it's just not good when it comes to wind. You get thrown around a lot more, I find, than you would with bud rims or dual tires. So yeah, I just don't like the super singles. That's one thing I really am not fond of. Also, the loads are super heavy, which isn't too much of an issue, but like people who lease purchase, that's on you, because I think about it all the time. I'm like, dang, these loads are so heavy that these trucks are really going through it. Like, I don't think most of the loads are like between like 37 and like 42,000. That's pretty heavy loads compared to what I was used to. I mean, yeah, every now and then I will get a heavy load before, but like we also had a lot of loads company driving that would be like 30,000, 20 something thousand. But no, a lot of these loads are on the heavier side. So it definitely is a lot of wear and tear on the truck, over time. So that's another thing, obviously going up hills and stuff. Let's talk about what the truck is governed to, because everybody's like, oh my God, Prime is the slowest truck out there. Prime is so slow. Everybody passes them. Da, 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 da. So as a lease driver, the trucks are still governed as 65. I know. It's kind of crazy. They probably should up it to 70, because it's like, if we're paying the truck payment, like, don't you think you should up it a little bit? Like, y'all can at least up the govern to like 70 on lease trucks. Company trucks, I think, go like 62 or 63 or whatever the case is. So a lot of people do not lease through Prime because their trucks are governed at 65. I understand that completely. I'm used to going 65. As a company driver, that's all I could ever do. It doesn't really bother me that much because I'm used to it, and just because of the fact that it just helps me at the end of the day on fuel mileage, because whatever a truck can go, I'm going to go it, as long as it's the speed limit. So it's like, it doesn't bother me. I know that does bother a lot of people. So I did want to mention that, though, because that's like people's number one reason why they don't choose to go with Prime, because we're at 65 and most lease operators are at 70. But yeah, you guys, so that is how leasing has been going for me. I'm just learning as the days go on. I will quickly actually go over a few of like the loads just that I've been getting, just to give you guys a little, feel for the load. So let's go over the one that I just got dispatched on. Okay. I'm picking it up in Greenfield, Indiana. I'm dropping it off at Blue Ash, Ohio. Okay. 19 miles empty, 117 miles loaded. So that is how many miles together? Oh, wait, no. 98 miles loaded, 19 empty, 117 miles together. Okay. I'm getting paid $703.87. That's literally $7 a mile. Okay. To go 100 miles. And it's a preloaded trailer on top of it. So that's the load that I have for today. Next, I have, let's see. This one was an okay load. It was 300 total miles for $900. So that's still $3 a mile. And also, oh wait, let me just go over one more. Let's see. This load was it was okay. This was to get me out of where I was though, because they didn't have loads really coming out of there, and he was trying to make it so that I didn't have to deadhead very far. So this was 491 miles and 622 miles, and it was paying me $1,100. So that's still pretty decent though, compared to, some of these lease operators make like $1 something a mile base. It's not percentage. Prime is percentage. So you get 72% of the load revenue. So it all depends on what the load's paying them. So I don't get paid per mile. Let's do, this one was the one that I vlogged, California to Missouri. Let's see. It was 1,500 miles, and my revenue was $3,600, a little over. So that was a good load. So yeah, most of the times you're making at least $2 a mile, you guys. And they also do fuel surcharge. So we're not only getting like line charge, like what's it called? Why can't I think of it? What is it called?
Line haul.
Line haul. We're not only getting line haul like revenue, we're also getting fuel surcharge. On top of fuel surcharge is basically them charging the customer for the fuel that we're using. So it doesn't cover all your fuel usually, but it covers enough to make a difference. Like, yeah, it's crazy. And then on top of all that, Prime also gets really good discounts with a lot of the truck stops for fuel. So you can just go on the Prime app and look under like fuel and services, and it will show you the price of the fuel that you're getting. So most times you're not paying the price of the fuel at the pump. You're paying whatever Prime's discount is. So that is another thing about them that I find is really cool, because again, a lot of these companies that offer leasing only pay you $1 something a mile, don't have fuel surcharge. Like, how do you make money like that? That's why I was against leasing for so long, until I looked into Prime, because I feel like Prime has one of the best best options for leasing, because of like, they actually care about their drivers, unlike other companies. So yeah, one more thing that I want to go over is trailers, because a lot of people have misconceptions about trailers. A lot of people don't understand the whole trailer situation, because we lease the truck. Do we lease a trailer? Do we get different trailers? How does that work? Okay. We are not, as lease operators, we are not attached to trailers in any sort of way. We do not pay anything for the trailer except diesel. So if I go pick up this preloaded trailer that I'm going to get later, if I go pick this trailer up and it doesn't have diesel in it, or it only has a quarter or whatever, I can go fill that trailer up. And if I fill it up right away, I get that money back. So they will give me the first fuel up that you get or that you do on a trailer, as long as it's within like 200 miles, you will get that diesel back, the money back. So the only thing that we're paying if we have like a long haul or something, is the diesel in the trailer. We aren't paying for anything to be fixed on the trailer. We aren't paying trailer rental, whatever. Like I've heard people say that you pay rent on Prime's trailers and stuff. No. I don't know if it does, if lease to purchase people have to do that. I doubt it. But as like a walkaway lease, no, we don't pay anything when it comes to the trailer, you guys. We don't pay any repairs, tires, anything wrong with the trailer, any trailer washouts, we don't pay. So that's another thing that I just wanted to throw out there, because again, a lot of people just don't really know what they're talking about when it comes to stuff like this, and it's completely fine if you're not informed, but like, sorry, but I just want to inform people and let people know, because I think that Prime, the lease option through Prime, is actually a very good option for people that want to run. Now, lease is not a good option if you don't run.
All right. Hey, that was pretty good. She's I like her, and I'm going to be doing more of these videos where I bring in other YouTubers that are with other companies and kind of doing a review on them. You know, this is kind of like one of those things where she used to be a Swift driver, and I was watching her when she was with Swift, and it was right around the time that I came to Swift. She left Swift, and the reason why I kind of watched her was because they have she was on a company driver on the Dick's dedicated loads out of Atlanta, and the main reason why she left was somehow she got taken off those Dick loads. That was something that she really liked, and when they took it away from her, she quit. So, and but anyway, I like her story. I like hearing the part about Prime, and I thought that was kind of interesting. I agree with you. MaxxForce should get all the full surcharge. Is this your trainee, Scott? No. So, but I have trained women in the truck, and matter of fact, I trained 3 of them, 3 women with Swift so far. So, but yeah, it was an interesting video, and I like her as her take, and it was interesting to learn about the trailer payments. Of course, we at Swift, we don't pay for trailer payments either, but she's definitely making a lot more per mile. But again, her trailer or her truck payment is up there. I like the idea that yeah, she has a great attitude. She has a great attitude on Lonely. Yeah, and I like that. I like her demeanor and the fact that she likes trucking and she enjoys it. And I like the way she explained everything really in detail. It was very interesting. I learned a lot about Prime that I didn't know. And so, yeah, like I said, I'm going to be, yeah, when I run across some YouTubers that I think are interesting, I'll go ahead and do some reviews and do some sharing and stuff like that. Try to keep everything positive. So, but that was interesting. And I will be changing back to 404 Trucker Dave. So, anyway, that's it for now. And I'll be back probably. I'll be back sometime tomorrow. I'm doing my 34-hour reset. I'm here in Columbus, Ohio. And so we'll catch you guys later. Y'all take care. Have a good evening. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Give me some likes, and we'll catch you later. Bye for now.